Hello everyone, welcome back to FPL STAR. Today I gonna discuss about FPL Gameweek pre-analysis for double game week 37. In this video, I'll also discuss about the current trends of FPL Manager and also the dilemma solution for double game week 37. So before all this, if you are new in this channel, obviously first subscribe this channel. Now let's start. In this double game week, 4 team has got double game week fixture. Manchester City will play against Chelsea at home and Brighton will play against Southampton and Manchester City both in home. Also, Manchester United playing double game week Bournemouth away and Chelsea home, and Chelsea had got to away fixture Manchester City and Manchester United home. And if you look at the attacking state for this 4 team, I think Manchester City is the favorite here. They scoring 14 goals where their expected goal was 11.2 in last five matches. So this means their attacker are overperforming, but they are very good because in Champions League match they recently scored 4 goals against Real Madrid. So you need to target their attacker. The second most attacking team in this double game week is Brighton. They scoring 12 goals, where the expected goals for in last 5 matches should be 13.3. This means their attacker are underperforming, so they can do even more damage to their opponents. So I think you should target also Brighton attacker. Manchester United, on the other hand, recently doesn't scored a lot of goals. In last 5 matches they scoring only 5 goals, but their expected goal in last 5 matches was 8.9. This means their attacker are underperforming a lot, and I think because of Rashford injury concern their performance are not up to the mark, but they have potential to scoring goal. On the other hand, Chelsea's attacker overperforming. Their expected goal in last 5 matches was 5.2, but they scoring 7 points, and this means that Chelsea is the worst attacking team of these 4 who have caused double game fixture. Now I will move on to the defensive point of view, and if you look at the defensive point of view, Manchester City is utmost favorite here. In last 5 matches, their defense only conceded 3 goals. Their expected goal conceded in last 5 matches was 2.7. This means their defense are performing as usual. And other team in this that you look at, Manchester United just conceded 4 goals, but their expected goal concede ratio was 6.9. This means their attack are underperforming, but on the other hand their defense is overperforming recently. On the other hand, Brighton in last 5 matches conceded 8 goals, and their expected goal concede in last 5 matches was 8.3. This means they are performing as usual as of their statistics. And Chelsea conceded 10 goals, and their expected goal in last 5 matches is 9.2. This means that Manchester City is the utmost favorite here, and then you can trust Manchester United defense. Brighton has got also okay defensive number, and Chelsea are not good in defense. Now move on to the clean sheet odds for this game week, and I think for this game week Manchester City has most probability to get clean sheet point. If you look at Manchester City's clean sheet probability for Chelsea game is 52%, because Chelsea are not a team who are scoring goal, and also Brighton Manchester City have got 44% chance to maintain clean sheet. On the other hand, if you look at the Brighton, they have chance of 50% clean sheet in Southampton game, but Manchester City game it will be hard to maintain clean sheet for them, but it's a home match, so there is 25% chance. And Manchester United got Chelsea match 43% and Bournemouth match 39%, which means they are second favorite here after Manchester City. And Chelsea on the other hand got 16% chance of maintaining clean sheet against Manchester United and 8% just for Manchester City. So they are the worst defensive team in this stat also. Now I'll move on to the next part, and if you look at the predicted point for game week 37, Haaland is the number 1 here, 16.4 point predicted for this game week, and it will happen if it start for both match, but there are some rotation risk for him. That's why I think Alvarez is there in the second place, because he can play for Haaland or Kevin De Bruyne, and he's the second one. And then Harry Kane in a single game he can damage any double gaming player. And if you look at the next two game week from 37 to 38, here also Haaland is favored, 24 point predicted, and Harry Kane is the second one there, 13 point, and Alvarez got 10 point. Now I will move on to the game of 37 midfielder, and for predicting point midfielder, I think here Bruno Fernandes got 13.2 and Kevin De Bruyne also got 13.6. This means they are quite close, and it's only depend on that Kevin De Bruyne. If Kevin De Bruyne played for two games, he will outscore Bruno Fernandes, but it's not sure that he will play. I think he will not start against their first match against Chelsea because he playing in the Champions League a lot of minutes. And if you look at the long term from game 37 to 30, just two games now remaining. Here Kevin De Bruyne is also favored there, and other than Fernandes and Rashford from Manchester United, and also got Manchester City attacker Mahrez got 15 points predicted in game 37 and 38. McAllister 14 points. Now move on to the defensive option, and in defense option, I think for game 37 best predicted point is for Stupinian 9.6, and if you look at from game 37 to 38, it's also Stupinian, so he's the best defender here. And the second one is Luke Shaw in this both criteria. For game 37, his predicted point is 8.2, and in game 37 to 38, his predicted point is 13. So if you want to go for a Manchester United defense, then I think Luke Shaw is the best one to go for. Alexander-Arnold on the other hand have got 12 predicted points for game 37 and 38, which is also quite good. Now move on to the goalkeeping option, and in goalkeeping option, Steele is the favorite for game 37 and 38. His predicted point is game 37 has 8.3 because he has got double game fixer, and that's why his predicted point is so high. They will play Southampton and Manchester City home. I think Southampton match they can maintain clean sheet, and I don't think that in Manchester City match they can obtain the clean sheet they deserve. But there might be rotation from Manchester City side, and that's why there might be chance of clean sheet for Steely. And Kepa is predicted point for game 37 to 38 is 12 point, but it most probably risky one because he has rotation risk because of Mandy now. And DK is also a very good goalkeeper option for game week 37 to 38, got 11 point predicted for this two game week. Now I'll move on to the next section, and it's current trends. And if you look at the FPL manager transfer, I think here 8% manager are thinking of rolling their transfer for game week 37, and they will use two transfer in game week 38. And this 8% manager, I think specialist who are FPL specialists, they are predicted transfer for game week 37, and 24% FPL specialists are making free transfer, just 1 or 2, 24%, and 46% are making hit of -4. And this is surprising one because I had thought that free transfer will be the most share in this, but there is -4 hit. A lot of FPL managers are thinking of taking -4 hit because of this double game week, and -8 hit. 22% manager are taking -8 hit for this game. Now move on to the next current trend, and it's double game week player. And 30% manager are going with 10 or 11 double game week player, and 5% manager are going for 9 double game week player, where 45% manager are going for 8 double game week player, or 20% are just got 7 double game week player. Because I think those who have got 10 or 11 double game week player, they are trusting Chelsea. And if you look at the stat, 30% managers trusting Chelsea defense or attack, I think they are most probably with Kepa, because a lot of FPL managers got Kepa and they will play him, and that's why the ratio is so high. Now I will move on to the next stage, and it's current dilemma. And a lot of managers are thinking of buying Bruno Fernandes taking hit, and the positive is that he is a highly owned player, and if you don't have this kind of player, they will hurt your rank, and that's why you can go for Bruno Fernandes with taking -4 hit or -8 hit. And he's a very good captaincy choice. If Haaland is rotated, then I think Bruno Fernandes has got the highest likely captaincy choice for game 37, because Rashford has got some injury concern. And the negative about this is it's the very less time to justify your hit, because there is only two game week, so you are taking -4 or -8 hit, so it's not time to take those kind of hit. And my suggestion in this player is that you can take -4 hit to bring in Bruno Fernandes if you think he's a good captaincy choice, but I don't think taking -8 hit for him is OD, because you are thinking of your defense and Bruno Fernandes to be rotated, and that's not, I think, is OD, because -8 hit is too much for this 2 game week just only. Now move on to the second question, and this is, do Arsenal assets are better than Grealish or De Bruyne? And the positive thing about Arsenal asset is that they have got less, I think, rotation headache, because if you look at Bruno Fernandes, Kevin De Bruyne or Grealish, they have got very high risk of rotation. On the other hand, Arsenal attacker like Odegaard and Saka will most probably play, and that's why there is less headache for rotation, and that's a safe option. And also they have got good fixture in game week 37. They will play against Nottingham Forest in game week 37, and in 38 they will play against Wolves. So two good fixture, you can go for Arsenal attacker. And the negative thing is that obviously Grealish and Kevin De Bruyne has got some rotation risk, but they are double gaming player. In first match they can play 10 or 20 minutes, then in second match they can play 90 minutes, and that will overshadow, I think, Arsenal asset Odegaard or Saka Jesus minutes. So that's why you can go for double gaming player. But if you go for this, there are high rotation risk. Even Grealish or Kevin De Bruyne might play 10 minutes in just 2 match, 20 minutes or 25 minutes in 180 minutes. That's not ideal, and that's why I think my suggestion for this is go for double Manchester United player. I think possibly selling a rotation risk player like Grealish and Kevin De Bruyne. If you go for Bruno Fernandes or Rashford from Grealish and Kevin De Bruyne, I think it's a good move. And if you want to move for a Manchester City asset to Manchester City asset, selling Grealish or Kevin De Bruyne for Foden, Mahrez or Alvarez is a good option, because they are not in Champions League match against Real Madrid, so they will obviously play in first match against their opponent. Manchester City has got Chelsea and they will play, so that's why I think you can go for Foden or Mahrez. And if Haaland is not in the field, then I think Mahrez is the penalty taker, so you can go for Mahrez. And also Foden can play in the second striker position, because he play very well in this position, and also Alvarez if Haaland is rotated. So you can go for this kind of transfer. Now I'll move on to the third dilemma, and as Chelsea have got double gaming fixture, so what are you thinking of Chelsea player? I already told that 30% manager are thinking of buying Chelsea player, and my the buying Chelsea player is the positive thing is that you got additional fixture, because they have got double gaming fixture, and not a lot of FPL manager got Chelsea assets, so that's the differential path you are taking. But on the other hand, the negative is that you cannot know that which Chelsea player will play, because they are nothing to play for Chelsea right now, so they might rotate their 11. Even Sterling can play, Havertz play, so there might be a lot of rotation. So which player is starting for Chelsea, it's not sure. And also that Chelsea is not in good form, they are not good in defensively and offensively, so that's why I think my suggestion for this matter is that you can go for one mid or forward as a differential fund like Havertz or Joe Felix or Sterling in last match scoring 2 goals, but avoid their defense, because they will play Manchester United and Manchester City away, so I am not expecting clean sheet from Chelsea, and that's why you need to avoid their defense. And now move on to the current trends of the most important question for this game week: which Manchester City midfielder should we go? And FPL specialists are thinking that 44% are going for Gundogan and 33% are going for Kevin De Bruyne. And most surprising thing is that just 17% manager are going for Foden and just 6% is for Mahrez. But I think this data is not, I'm thinking for my point of view, I think Foden and Mahrez is the one you should go for. But FPL experts are thinking that you should go for Gundogan, because he's in great form, making some late run in the box, and he's a good finisher. Also got one free kick goal in last few matches. And also Kevin De Bruyne, when he's in the field, he's the best Manchester City midfielder, and 33% are going for Kevin De Bruyne. And now move on to the last thing, and it's the captain's choice. And 63% manager are captaining Erling Haaland, where 16% are thinking of captaining Bruno Fernandes, and other 21% are thinking of Manchester City as a other captaincy option like Alvarez, Mahrez, or Foden, even Grealish or Kevin De Bruyne. So this 21%. So I think this game week the captaincy will be played a lot. So you can go for any kind of captaincy option for this game week if you think that Haaland is got a minute race for this game week. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video, and if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Good luck for your team.